must choose. Choose wisely.
Holy Grail Toys is the ultimate destination for rare action figures, exclusive merch, and collector-grade drops. And now, taking pre-orders for the Bandito 112 scale action vehicle from Odd Frog Entertainment, releasing in 2026.
You have chosen wisely.
HolyGrailToys.com.
The Sarlacc Digest, the long-running live stream podcast digesting Star Wars topics for over 1,000 years. Join them for all the latest news, rumors, and theory crafting with none of the drama or the bull. Live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on YouTube. And don't forget the Sarlacc Toy Chest, covering all the newest Star Wars toy releases and news from Hasbro, Hot Toys, Jakks Pacific, and more. Live every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there and keep it nerdy.
PlasticNews.com. All the latest from Hollywood, toys, gaming, comics, and anything pop culture. PlasticNews.com. Don't forget the IQ. PlasticNews.com.
Good evening. Shadowe Knows Network is back online, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, right here on YouTube, broadcasting across the podcast universe. Thank you for joining us each and every week. And boy, we have a jam-packed episode to unveil. First, we are diving into the crypt of cinematic catastrophe. That's right, folks. Where bad acting, cardboard sets, and questionable creative choices reign supreme. These aren't the films that scared audience, they scarred them. And I think there's some gentlemen here that were also scarred. We're going to talk about the worst horror movies ever made. Also, we're talking toy pre-orders with everyone's favorite segment. That's right, the pre-order mafia, where loyalty is measured in deposits while your wallet sleeps with the fishes. We're talking about the good, like stuff that's worth selling a kidney for, the bad, like who did this paint job? Was it done in the dark? And then the ugly, so cursed, it should come with witness protection. That's right. Plus, everyone's also favorite segment. We're talking about the world of pop culture, popcorn buckets, news, and some inside scoops. So stay tuned, folks. This is Pixels, Plastic, and Ink.
It is safe to state that the grandchildren of some of the people in this dinner will not be born on Earth.
Well, super amazing stuff there. I can't wait to talk about the worst movies. Before we go any further, before I do our normal introduction, we have a special guest who joined us last week when in the realm of horror. We thought, what better way to bring someone who knows a lot about horror? That is Dead Man Juan back on the channel. What's up, dude?
Hey, chilling. I appreciate you guys having me on. I like talking horror movies.
Love it.
We
I
know.
love it.
We know.
Love it. Toy Mercs representing. We appreciate you hanging out with us. And then obviously we've got Mr. Alexander Storm. How are you this fine Friday evening?
Doing good and everything. Doing pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to tonight's topics and everything, and some pre-order mafia that's breaking everybody's pockets.
Oh, yes, you are damn right. Dr. Brantley, I see you have your favorite film behind you.
No, actually, this didn't even make my list.
Oh, okay. All
but
right.
I know how bad it is, so.
Okay. And then obviously we've got the man in the orange beanie and the sunglasses, Mr. Chet Maddox. How are you, sir?
I am fantastic. I'm excited to talk about this because we have some bangers. And hopefully we get a lot of really good things from the audience as well. With that being said, sir, how are you doing, Mr. Rad, the most insightful?
I am doing fantastic. And I know we had a bit of a challenge earlier this week to one another about, have you seen some of these crappy garbage films? We'll see. We'll see what the list is and whether or not we challenge each other to watch the films. But before we go any further, first off, if you haven't, hit the like, the subscribe, do it now. Help us grow the channel. And then, of course, as always, for those of you hanging out each and every week, don't forget, you can become a member of the Shadow Army, the Shadow Syndicate. That's right. Go ahead and click in. But we got to recognize our Shadowe Knows Network members, the Shadow Elite. Rhino Hobby, Shane Shooter, Beastum, KJ Smith, Kate Mac, Ramen Toy, Wholesome Warlock, Scott, Chet, the Collector, Todd Loves Toys, Heart Virus Beats Goku, and then the Syndicate, the Forbidden Panel. And then our army, Darth Moocher, Commander Bly, as always, Patty Atkins, Edward Sturmiski, Zakian, Meeks, myself, Royal Rhino, Fig Fury, and Deadman Man. We appreciate you all support. Thank you so much. And let's see who's in the chat before we get started. Who's hanging out with us this fine Friday? We got some folks in. Obviously, Deadman is with us, and he's also in the chat.
It's so weird how he does
he's
that.
He's cloned himself. I love it. Sees the director. Hey, man, always hanging out. Thank you so much. We got Toy Mercs, Bad Horror Movies. Absolutely. Marvin, good evening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. So don't hesitate. We'd love to hear you up in the chat. And if you disagree or agree, let us hear it. So without further ado, I think it's time, gentlemen, to get into the worst horror films of all time.
I'm going to scare the hell out of you.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my
God of primal darkness, as thou hast decreed, so have I done.
Could this really be happening?
Guys, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
This time, it's personal.
Oh, shit.
So bad. Oh my god.
That's first of all, you don't have to watch Jaws the Revenge anymore because that is the best bit from the entire movie. Oh shit.
That was the audience exiting out of the theater. Michael Caine was a representation of the crowd. All right, well, Mr. Storm, let's jump right into it.
Absolutely. We'll throw this up on the screen. Let's go, guys. Got some good ones tonight. Let's see. And boom. All right. Well, as normal, you know, this is the month of Spooks and Scares right here on the SKN Shadowe Knows Network. Scare October, from films to figs to collectibles to comics, all SKN Network live streams, Toybox Chronicles, Pixel Plastic Inc., and Good Morning Toybox will all have a special kind of little theme, and this little Scaretober little icon has been through the entire month. We jump into the worst, because last week you saw some of the best. Now we have to hit some of the worst horror films ever. And before we go, there's a small little disclaimer from SKN. I'd like to know everything before you grab your pitchforks. Chill, ghouls. This is just our list of the worst horror films ever made. Not the final word, not written in blood, just spooky little opinions. If your favorite movie makes a list, well, maybe it's so bad it's scary good. So we'll start this off, and this time we thought we'd get the unanimous guy that's cut more bad movies than anyone else and everything. We'll start it off tonight with Dr. Brantley. Dr. Brantley, choose your list.
Well, The Exorcist is one of the best horror films of all time.
Yeah.
So imagine when you go, oh, well, The Exorcist 2, let's see what... No. It's pretty much got nothing to do with the first one, but with all the same characters and James Earl Jones thrown in for fun. It's awful. The Happening. I actually worked on this trailer, and I apologize.
You son of a...
yeah. But I don't think we were fooling anybody into going to see it.
No.
It's one of the dumbest ideas for a movie, and I'm going to spoil it for you.
No.
They are outrunning the wind. It is the wind and the trees and the flowers that are attacking humanity and making them kill each other.
It's Mother Nature, Dr. Brantley. It's Mother Nature.
They actually try and escape the wind, outrun it, and get into a creaky old house with a bunch of holes in the doors and the floorboards and everything, and think that's going to save them. It just doesn't make any sense on any kind of a level. Birdemic.
The hell is this?
Oh, that was the lovely birds flapping that you saw at the end of the intro. They have about 3 animations for the birds, and they only use those 3 through the entire film. It is incompetent on a bunch of different levels, but it's not good. It's not worth seeing. Blair Witch 2 is another one. It's like, okay, the first movie, I didn't particularly think it was scary or anything, but it was well done as a horror. But Meeks. But oh my God, the second one doesn't make any sense. But it has the magic of Eversare, which is everything is in reverse. It's so stupid.
Jesus.
And finally, Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah.
2 was okay. It's going way down from Jaws 1. 3 is on another level just for the outrageousness, and everybody was doing cocaine apparently to make the film. But 4 is just stupid. It doesn't make any sense. The shark, this time it's personal. The shark is chasing this family down and trying to kill them. And it goes from New York to the Bahamas.
Shark's got to get a suntan, bro.
I mean, are you saying it's not believable?
Bermuda, Bahamas.
Well, as far as giant shark movies go, this one I had a little problem with.
All right. Well, now also let everybody know that some of these movies do overlap. They'll go from certain people's list.
Yeah, there is a worse Jaws than this though.
Oh, what, the Deep Blue Sea 3?
It's called Psycho Shark, and it's in Japan. Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, this is bad, but that one's even worse.
You thought a sane shark was bad. Wait till you see Psycho Shark.
So next on our list, we've got the Illmatic Chet Maddox list. There you go, sir.
Well, I mean, I feel like for this one, I'm just gonna go down the list. I actually had to skim through these when I recommended, because I had to just revamp my brain here. So, Manos: The Hands of Fate. This movie basically looks like, I mean, okay, here's the whole premise of the movie, right? So it was shot by a fertilizer salesman. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. His camera couldn't record sound for more than 30 seconds at a time, so he had to deal with that. The acting in this is so wooden that it's basically, I don't know, I guess you could refer to it as like a lumberyard of actors.
A lumberyard.
Yeah, Targo moves like a sleep paralysis demon who is like, I guess demons can have arthritis because that's basically how bad he moves. The pacing of this movie, I would equate it to making the continental drift look like a brisk walk. I guess this is a movie that shows up with like no budget, but still over promises. So it's a very uniquely bad movie, and I suggest everyone go watch it.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
Okay. Bloody Wednesday was I think it was 1987, something like that. Yeah, I think it was 1987. The only thing I'm going to say about this film, and it doesn't really need much because I want to give everyone else time. Basically, this is like if The Shining was filmed during a gas leak. That's like the best way to explain this movie. Which was Curse of the Zodiac. What was that one?
It's so bad you forgot it.
Yeah, it's basically about the Zodiac killer in the same way that oatmeal's about flavor. So like, there's not really a lot to unpack on this movie. It reuses the same 3 shots of a car driving for an hour. So if you thought Dr. It's in the beginning you saw those birds. We'll get into that. That's this is worse, I think. Then we have The Fog now. I know that I'm happy because this is I think the original Fog is great, but we're talking specifically about the John Carpenter 2005 remake. This probably isn't like this is pretty much proof that not every John Carpenter classic needs a reboot. So this is really bad. It's great if you want to watch a movie that has like lifeless performances. The ghosts show more emotion than the humans, so there's that problem. So I think they mixed up the actors for that. It's basically a glossy CW era visual atmosphere. And then my last one is Maximum Overdrive, Forbidden Panel, Tom Welling. Yeah. Well, hang tight on that.
Yeah, he was hanging on that Superman money, and then he did The Fog.
He's really holding off on that Superman money. Mm-hmm. Maximum Overdrive. This is a little bit older than Bloody Wednesday by a year, actually. This is written and directed by Stephen King during his cocaine maximalist period, and you can kind of see it when you're watching the film. So there's that. Killer trucks, in my opinion, realistically are only scary if you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez was in this, and it really, like, Emilio Estevez just really in this film just made me feel like he was like regretting his life choices. So, the soundtrack is AC/DC. That's good.
Yeah.
It's an actual AC/DC album too. Back in Black is the soundtrack.
Yeah, so that slaps. That's cool, as the kids say. But the script was basically, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, so those are my movies.
All right. He wrote it in about 3 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive is not that bad. Come on.
And I
actually like that movie. I like it a lot.
This does contain the second trailer that I worked on, The Fog.
Yep.
And there's a third coming up later.
I know it is.
I worked on some really bad movies.
Back
in the day, right between like 98 and about 2010.
Yeah, that actually goes to show why our careers are the way it is. Next on the list, Dead Man One. We gotta have the important. Your list was kind of interesting, man, because I hadn't seen that first one.
Well, first
Great
off,
poster.
I just want to say, like, when it comes to like bad horror movies, I mean, a lot of more horror movies are campy. A lot of them are just terrible, and a lot of that's the charm for horror. So like with Frogs, it's not necessarily a bad movie, but oh my god, is it slow? Frogs is a really slow movie. I mean, I would tell all of you, you should go watch it. You should watch this movie. It's fun, but like, make sure you got, I don't know, beer or something,
beer.
or someone to talk to during it. Zombie Christ is
the title.
I had high hopes for it because it was called Zombie Christ. I thought it was going to be great, but it just wasn't. It didn't deliver on any level. This is a movie that I would definitely say is bad, like to the core. It's bad.
Okay.
Like there's nothing good about that movie. No redeeming qualities. Night of the Leap is it's just like Frogs. It's slow, and if you want to watch cute little furry bunny like literal stuffed animals get thrown at someone and them catch it and go like this, and then blood flies out everywhere. Yeah, it's great for that. So if you want to have fun with the movie, go ahead and watch that one. Shocker, no, nothing good. That movie's awful. And Jaws Revenge, how the fuck is a shark gonna follow a family to the Bahamas?
Very carefully.
Well, like we said, some of these bad movies actually do come over once or twice to it. And look, we've got Patty Atkins. Welcome into the show. I saw The Happening and Nothing Happening. I also saw The Fog, and it was a waste of a film. Okay, all right. Our buddy AJ of Forbidden Panel, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah, it's on everybody's list somewhere.
That's a bad movie, but it was a great cartoon, and I want the toys.
And then Forbidden Panel, there's a new Zombie Christ movie coming out with Nick Cage. Oh god.
Yeah, I'll be seeing that in the theater.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I think I'm gonna wait for it to wait for it to go hit streaming, but
there you go. Down to the next one. Rad, your list.
Oh man, it's giving me some scars here already to talk about it. Well, first and foremost, we've already discussed The Happening is the worst ending, I think, in cinematic history, and high expectations. I think this was right after Signs, if I recall. So, I mean, Signs ending was kind of, but at least the movie was fairly decent. So there was high expectations, and then obviously we're like, what in the hell? It was supposed to be so scary that people were in the theater laughing when people were getting killed. I remember this scene where the lawnmower was like killed somebody, and people were chuckling like it was a Cheech and Chong film. That's how bad it was. Troll 2, just Google it. It is by far. I mean, look at the background that Dr. Brantley. I mean, it's like it was filmed in like a backyard. It's so bad. Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah,
I know that some people like that movie just because of how cheesy it is, and just it is so bad. It's so bad, man. Like
this is where I'm gonna give you the blowback on, man. That's a hood classic. What are you talking about, man? He's a little Irish dude that walked into the ghetto with a pot of gold, and he ended up getting it back. It's like that's a feat all to itself. Why it makes it a movie. There's Ice Cube in a couple ones. There's rapping songs. Got a Leprechaun rapping. When will you ever see that happen outside of WWE?
It's so bad. It's so bad. House of the Dead. We know this director really well.
Yeah.
It's so bad that he used clips from the video game into the actual movie itself. So if you haven't seen it, it's like I need to.
I forgot that he did that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then this is number one for me. I won't get into. I want everyone just to. I'm going to read this out loud. Are you ready? After losing his parents, a priest travels to China, where he inherits a mysterious ability that allows him to turn into a dinosaur. That is the plot. Please watch 15 minutes of it. The raptor does not look like that. Okay, the poster, And the poster, well done, because once you see the film, Dr. Brantley, I don't know if you were involved in the poster making to tease us, but it is so incredibly bad, and I challenge anybody to watch that. So that's my list there.
The poster is awesome. That's
It is.
That looks like something I want to watch right now.
You could see why someone would click to stream it, and then you're like, "What in the world is this?" So, yep.
Yeah, see, that's going back to the days of like the 80s VHS covers, where it's like, oh, this has absolutely nothing to do with the movie you're going to rent, but it looks cool. Because, you know, like Deathstalker, right? I rented that going like, oh, cool, like a Conan kind of a thing. There's this big old monster on top of it. There's no monsters in this damn movie. It's like, well,
and
that's
then
just art.
Blockbuster's like, wait, why did you return this so fast? You just got it. And I didn't rewind it because it's only 3 minutes in.
Well, the good thing about it, Chris, you don't have to pay for this one. It's a classic on Tubi.
Oh, I'm down. I'm gonna watch that.
We're going to turn into my movies and everything else. And I know a couple of these Dr. Brantley worked on too, so that always upset me. I didn't put Deep Sea Rising on. It's not a horror film, but always pisses me off that she worked on it, tricked me in the theater to see it. Mine starts with Darkness Falls. What a hunk of shit movie this is. They have a villain in it called the Tooth Fairy, and I'm like, Darkness Falls, it just never made any sense. It was the worst sit through I've ever done. I know some people put this on their list as a classic and everything, but when you start going to outer space, that's when you ruin the franchise. So Jason X, or some people know it as Jason in Space, it's a waste of space. The only movie I've ever walked out of in like less than 45 seconds was See No Evil, produced by WWE Films, starring the wrestler Kane. My God, this was like, it was so bad. I went to demand my money at the box office. I told you, no, man, this is not a movie, man.
I mean, there was a reason why they put a mask on him and didn't let him talk for like 3 years.
Exactly.
I mean, there was a reason for that. It was because he couldn't act. He was just big and scary looking. So
absolutely.
Well, with the mask, I mean, he kind of looks like a doof without the mask. But
Forbidden says Hellraiser 4 was awesome and everything. Yeah, but there's different. This one, it just has John Carpenter's name. Unfortunately, here's the thing: this crap is that these movies hold John Carpenter's name. He has no association after probably the first movie or so. But John Carpenter's Vampires 2. All I have to say is John Bon Jovi. He can play the guitar, but he can't fucking act. And the last on my list. If you made a mistake, this is why there's that discounted section at Walmart of DVDs, and it's like somebody has Finding Nemo, and it's supposed to be Finding Nemo. It's not the same movie, and some grandmother there picks up a movie, gives it to somebody, and their kid's like, "This is not the movie. This is not a Pixar film." Well, if you went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's, you got the right movie. If you went to see Willy's Wonderland, oh my God, you got a bad ripoff. That is crap. And there's some good actors in it too. And it just becomes like, I don't know if they were rushing it to get to the theater before Five Nights at Freddy, because it kind of came one after another. But this is crap. Like, I understand Nicolas Cage had to pay off a major, IRS bill. But at this point, the IRS should just forgive him and just be like, look, so please just make good movies.
IRS they just send him a letter saying, sorry you had to do that.
Yeah.
You don't owe us anything anymore.
Yeah, you're all square with us, man. We don't need any more money. Just please make good movies. And Forbidden Battle said they made Kane the governor. Well, that's the one thing he could do. He couldn't act. He could wrestle, but he could not act and everything. So that is our list of the films. Gentlemen, there was a little crossing over. I noticed that Jaws Revenge and The Happening did make it to the list. So that same M. Night Shyamalan, I don't know who directed that Jaws Revenge. They probably don't even want their names mentioned anymore. But I noticed those two were very interesting as we've gone through lists. Like, they doubled those. So
and Darkness Falls is the third one, the third trailer that I did.
Yeah.
And this movie, just to give you a little example, right? It came out in 2003, but we actually had the movie in 2001, and we did a trailer for it, and it was actually released. And then in between releasing the trailer and coming out with the movie, the studio was like, this is really bad. So they went and reshot a bunch of it, re-edited the entire thing, and it was such a different movie that we made a new trailer for it, and that's the one you see today.
Yeah, well, they didn't get it right twice.
Nope.
Well, like I said again, now if anybody has any of their movies other than we've seen the guys in the chat puts them up, hey, list them down in the chat. These are just stars. I'm sure there's some that's far worse that we haven't had the pleasure of seeing. So we'll do that shout out for us. And you know what? From this point on, gentlemen, you know what it's time for, right?
Oh, I do.
I have no.
Leave the McFarlane. Take the mezco.
You know, every week we keep saying we're going to change that for the McFarlane thing. I'm worried I'm going to be at a convention. He's going to walk up to you, just son of a bitch. That's their pre-order mafia. We may want to change that soundtrack. Mr. Maddox, run us down the rules for the first-time listeners to pre-order mafia.
Yes, sir. 3-tiered system. You heard Mr. Rad mention it in the beginning of the show. But welcome to the official pre-order mafia section. We have number 1. It's a made figure. This basically means that it's a figure worth purchasing. You should buy it. We're buying it. We're pre-ordering it. And if you don't, well, you're probably wrong and we're right. Number 2 is to forget about it. This figure can be great. It can be well worth the pre-order. The caveat here is that maybe it's not something you collect, but you understand why people would pre-order it. Or you're like Mr. Alexander Thunderous Storm and myself, and you like to wait till you see it in Ross a month after it's released, and then you buy it.
Yes.
And then you have number 3, which needs to sleep with the fishes. And, well, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Super 7 falls a lot into this category. So if you see Super 7, that's usually where it is. And then, as always, we have the hidden ones. And those are, you'll find out about them during the segment. They could be 1 above 1, or they could be below 3, or they could just be screen goes black and we don't worry about it, like the Sopranos finale. So that is Pre-Order Mafia presented by SKN.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very well done. Well, we got some things that actually we're going to, first one on the list is another Mezco. And we're going to pull up plasticnews.com and we are going to look at it over there. And again, for all your news and all your entertainment and toy news, go over to plasticnews.com. They keep aware everything 24/7 and they keep you into collecting know-how.
We are working on that.
Yeah, so
here it is.
There you go.
Hold on.
How do you let Steve have a day off in a
I know,
important Friday?
Hey man, every now and then my man deserves to have a day off. There you go. And look, we've all said this before. Mezco's doing some interesting work there. I think they're one of the better companies that does soft goods. I did not expect, we've seen like Red Hood over the last couple of weeks. We've seen some other great ones. I did not expect this Casey Jones. This hit me out of left field. Kind of dig it.
You know why I like this Casey Jones? And I didn't order it, but you know why I like it? Because loyal subjects try to do this Casey Jones, and then they were like, hold my beer, and then these guys made it. It's a cool Casey Jones, man.
It's part of their best Ross line. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally, it's the best. Yeah.
Dead man, how do you like this Casey Jones, man?
Can it be a made figure without me wanting to buy it?
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
This is a made figure. It really is. I'm pretty sure it's already sold out, or at least on wait list. And I was expecting this figure to come out soon because they just dropped not too long ago. They dropped the like the cartoony comic book versions of the Turtles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was expecting Casey Jones to come out soon. That was clean, looking like he just
Casey Jones is not. It is not sold out. You can still pre-order it.
Well, it's because it's not a Mezco exclusive. So
that's why.
If Dead Man's right, if this was Mezco, it'd be gone.
Yeah, it'd be gone.
Yeah.
But and they've been actually doing a lot better with that lately. Like when it comes to like licensed properties, you can buy it more because they realize we're losing a lot of money if Big Bad Toy Store is the only one selling it. But yeah, I was expecting it, and it's a made figure. It's not a pickup for me, but it's not a bad looking figure. It looks a little clean, but it's that whole jumping off the comic book page look that they're going for.
Well, and they give you all these accessories too, right?
Well, some of the accessories I don't understand. Why would he have 3 baseball bats?
Because he had 3 in the movie.
This isn't for movie though. This is for the cartoon.
Yeah, he's got a point there. Well,
the comic book, not the cartoon. Either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Give as many accessories as possible. I'm sure no one's ever complained about the accessories other than if you jumped it up a crap low price. I'll agree with you, Dead Man. This is a made figure. I'm not going to actually purchase it, but Mezco's been on a hell of a streak lately, doing a good job. Chet, your rating?
Oh, I mean, it's an absolute made figure. I'm not gonna buy it just because actually, I think I owe Rad money for
Red Hood, right?
I
owe you for the 9 boxes at your place. So
well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it all evens out. But look, if you were like, oh, I have to buy this figure, I think most of us would understand why. This is a great figure.
Yeah, Dr. Brantley.
Yeah, so forget about it for me. But I'm not really a big Turtles fan. I do like that, because I haven't seen a figure like this with sweatpants before. Other than that, though.
Sure. We're doing some things. Rad. Actually, have you already ordered this, Rad?
I have. I definitely have. And the reason for it is I missed out on the first one. So I think if you missed out on the first Casey Jones, which was a little bit different from Mezco, I think it was a con exclusive. You have to pay probably on average of like $180 to $200 for like third party resellers. Now you can get this figure relatively cheap from Big Bad or any other places. But it's cool, man. Casey Jones, if you're Turtles, you got Mezco Turtles, even if some of the NECA Turtles, you got to have a Casey Jones, man. So he's rad. I don't know about the American flag head sculpt. I love like the traditional one is cool. And I like the wide hoodie, the golf bag, man. I think it's cool. And the other cool thing too is like the accessories you could use with other figures. Like hockey sticks, baseball bats. It just all meshes really well. So it's a made for me.
Now that I know you like it so much, I will bring you the Casey Jones from Loyal Subjects. I have it in box.
You can keep that one.
No way, man. I got you, bud. I got you.
You keep that one.
Staying right on track and everything. Something dropped today. I actually pre-ordered it. And actually, Plastic News, we'll go over there. We'll check. McFarlane had, again, we've known that McFarlane had a little bit of extension to his contract. He's going to go all the way into the end of 2026 now. So it's not going to be as of beginning of 2026. But the Batmobile hit the pre-order today. The 66. Now, he did previously release this vehicle a couple of years ago. But that vehicle was, it was cheaper. Plastic was not really that well, and the figures did not. The time that he made the 66 characters did not fit in the Batmobile. It's way undersized, and a lot of McFarlane vehicles are kind of a scale down, but they do kind of fit the figures well. Hopefully, this one is 21 inches long. It's a little bit longer. Now, they did say a rumor it was supposed to have lights and everything. This one so far, I haven't seen any lights or anything else. It's a tad bit more pricier than the original smaller undersized version. So if you hit the first one and you want a better version of the 66 Batmobile, and I don't know what is going to happen over at Mattel if we're going to get one or not, this might be worth the purchase. I picked this up through Amazon, but it was also on Big Bad Toy Store and a couple other places like you're seeing right there. I know, Rad, you've always said this. We've said this also, that McFarlane does great vehicles, but the first time around, he didn't do a great vehicle on this.
Yeah, probably not for me. I picked up the Joker version of this in the smaller scale that you were referring to, Alex, and I got it on Amazon for super cheap. I have a suspicion this one's, you wait a bit, you'll probably find it for a little bit of a cheaper price. I like this. I like the 66 stuff, but I'm just not 100% sold on this one. So it's it's not like it's not like a garbage one. It's not like Sleep with the Fishes. It's probably forget about it. If you're a bat collector, it's probably not, it goes well on a shelf. It's just not a made one, and definitely not for me at this point.
I'll give the same thing too. Even though I did pre-order it, it was it's a kind of forget about it. But I was like, it just gets rid of this one that's undersized.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That one, I don't know. We might be got to figure out. Maybe we'll just donate or something like that, because I don't know if I could resell it. I don't know if the smaller one has a resale value. Mr. Deadman Juan, what do you think about the '66 McFarlane Multiverse Batmobile?
See, this is one we're gonna have to wait until someone gets it in hand and takes photos of it to see the size of it.
Yeah.
Because that's been the problem with McFarlane's vehicles, is they're either too big or they're too small. Like the only I think the only vehicle he put out that like worked, especially like across lines, was the skeleton bat bike. Like that worked across all lines. You could put any 6-inch or 7-inch figure on it and it worked just fine. And then that's a hard one to find now. And I think if this one works out, if it's not too big for 6-inch figures and it's not too small for 7-inch figures, I think this will be a big hit. But until somebody gets it in hand and we see that, I really can't say anything about it because I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, that sucker's probably going to be me, man. Forbidden Balance, I'm saving for a Mezco Clayface. Yeah, that if you're gonna get one, there's gonna get one out of there. I know also Mondo has one too, but wow, that one's like crazy. Mr. Maddox, what do you think about the 66?
I mean, I like it. I don't really have any Batmobiles, but I am waiting for a very specific one to launch. I get why you would order this. I think it's good. I think I'm with Deadman here. I would love to see it in someone's hands, take pictures of it. Fortunately for me, I know where you live, so we'll put it in my hands and we'll take some photos. Look, it's cool. Like it was sold out on McFarlane's website when I tried to get it. I can't find it on Amazon, so
I'll send you over the link.
I do think it's weird that McFarlane already had it on sale on his website though.
He does?
Yeah, so whatever you paid for it, it's on sale on McFarlane for $67.99.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
But what's his shipping? Doesn't he charge like crazy shipping?
Oh, I don't know. It's sold out. So
because I know with it's Amazon Prime, so for me it wasn't there's no shipping on it because you pay that whatever fee a month of Amazon Prime, but but second again it gets like again I'm seeming like the only carrot there, the person chasing carrot on this one. Dr. Brantley, 66 Batmobile. I know it has a special place in your heart, but does it have a special place on your shelf?
It does, actually. I think for me, this is a made figure because this was my first Batman. First time I ever saw any Batman was the Adam West TV show. So, I got a soft place in my heart for it.
It comes with this figure, right?
No, it does not.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I mean, and also, I mean, a kind of a good tell kind of is that it's 21 inches long. That's almost 2 feet. I mean, that's just shy of 2 feet, and it's probably going to be good, but I still can't make a decision.
The first one looked more plastic than it did actual metallic. He did rectify that on some of the stuff, and but we'll see. But hey, it's up there. Also, EJ, welcome in and everything. Says Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey should never be watched by babies. It childhood kids should never see it. I have heard it's a terrible movie, but then I also heard there's a Bambi movie that's just as worse. So. All right. Well, from there we're gonna roll and keep the things going. And one item that I do know they've been working on, and we can pull this back up, is right here. Shadowe Toys has been doing a really good job, but this Mega Man looks fantastic. Cool. And here's the thing that I thought was very interesting. That is not an actual 3D render or anything. It does have a light up feature in the hand.
That's awesome.
So I give it credit. And here's the thing I like too is that they've actually got the price is $54 US, but $63.99 with the US tariffs included. So at least they're telling you that up front. Then when you get to the checkout and they're hitting you with the surprise. This one, when it is released, and actually it's up for pre-order now, you can get. I've seen it on a couple of Big Bad Toy Store, a couple of places. Also, I've seen it on Amazon as well. I think they had that up for about a little bit, a minute. But you know, this is one I've seen their GI Joe stuff that's been really popping up. Has really been looking good. I know they've done some Godzilla stuff. You know, Dead Man, Chet, you guys had knows this. You know, there's these photographed well, because I haven't seen them in too many collections photographed wise.
Hiya Toys.
Yeah,
Hiya Toys does. Yeah,
I have the super exquisite 1/12 scale Leatherface, the first one they put out, and it shoots really well. But so is this? I do have to ask: is this 1/18 scale? I can't see the bottom of this says the height of it.
Let's see. Let me blow this up for myself and everything. I believe there's a point down. I think it's 17 centimeters. So I think that's I think this is one of the smaller ones. I don't know if it's huge.
Well, because Jada does the ones and they're like super small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does too. Like I know they do a version of the GI Joe character, so
Well,
it's not quite 6 inch.
Well, this is 6 inch.
Yeah.
That's it's like 6 3/4 almost. I'd say saying that and it being Mega Man and it looking this cool and have the light up feature. This is a made figure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm not a huge Mega Man fan. I'm a huge fan of breaking my television from throwing my controller at it from playing Mega Man. Because I mean, Jesus Christ, still like I'm 50 years old now. That game is still incredibly fucking hard.
Rad, what do you think?
It looks cool. I don't know about the over $50 price for me on this one. So I think it's a forget about it. Definitely not a made. If this bad boy's die cast, whole different story. Whole different story. But it's a cool figure. Forget about it.
Dr. Brantley.
Forget about it. It looks cool, but I'm not into Mega Man.
Yep, I'm thinking that's going across the line. We will hit on the next one, and that's going to be right here. McFarlane's up to it again. He's got the Batmobile of the week, and he also will actually drop today. Then he's got one that's actually driving. I just seen it from our guys over at Twitch. Why would they choose Mega Man and not try to cash in on the K-pop Demon Hunter merch? Because the people over at Mattel and over at Hasbro both split the licensing. So, you know, maybe they try to, but so far maybe they are not able to gain that license. But I do know that there was an announcement earlier in the week that said that Mattel had gained it and Mattel are doing the dolls. And then Hasbro's doing like, you know, merchandise and like, you know, light up features and things, but they're not actually going to do dolls. So that's by Mattel. So they split it up. So maybe there's a bidding war on that. But thanks for the question. But yeah, McFarlane's at it. And he had a whole sliver of these Fallout toys for season 2 that's dropping. I picked this one because this was the best looking one out of the entire batch. So I figured there needs to be something put up there. But this one looks actually pretty good. I'm a fan of the show. I don't know about the action figure wise, and I know he had also the Fallout Boy mascot. He had 3 different versions of this. So this one is I'd say it's for forget about it. It's not Sleep with the Fishes. It's just I wouldn't purchase it. But you know, hey, McFarlane's grabbing more licensing, so that's always good. Deadman, I know you guys were talking about that on Toybox Live about the other versions of this, the armor and everything else.
Yeah, this is no. I could see a lot of customizers wanting to pick this up because of the hat and because of the head sculpt and maybe like the bullet belt around his chest, the bandolero or whatever. But I don't see a lot of people wanting to pay full price for this figure. It's just not going to stand up to anything else. Like I have no hopes for this figure or this line.
I think it's straight sent to Ross, my friend.
Yeah, I think so too. And once it's at Ross, I'll probably pick it up because I think the head sculpt looks like it has potential. It's probably going to need paint.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Maddox.
Yeah. You know how we were talking about those like hidden ones?
Yep.
Yeah, this is along the lines of like cement blocks on your feet. Look, cool. I mean, I don't really necessarily know how many people are even into Fallout anymore in terms of like the TV show. But I'm somebody that thinks the TV show is like mediocre at best. I'm with Deadman. I think that this, if I see this in Ross and I have like $3 extra, I'll buy it. But if it's like $5.99 at Ross, I'll probably just leave it there. I don't know. I think this is cement blocks for me.
For Ben Balance, this reminds me of the old Lone Ranger figures, and that does make a lot of sense, AJ.
Just with worse head sculpts.
Yeah. This one, it's again. I know McFarlane's grabbing new licenses, but I don't know if this having more is better than just working on some quality. I don't know if it's because the other stuff that he was doing with the rest of the Fallout line. Some of the characters looked like they were the likenesses, and some just didn't. It was hit and miss.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead, Don. I was just saying, looking at this figure again, like the head sculpt actually kind of looks really big, and it's on a 7-inch figure. So, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt.
The problem I have with it is like, just do soft goods. It's like they had a mishap in tooling at the factory and put this coat on him.
Well, he does not do soft goods well, because some of those.
Well, he does it better than this melted plastic trench coat crap.
It's expensive to produce. Look, it looks like they the initial painting was like, oh shit, we only have one color of brown, and they're like, well, just paint it, and that's what they did. Like, what the hell, man? There's literally like a blue shirt, and everything else is the same color. Like, they're like, well, dude, it's gonna be just a brown turd. They're like, less brush strokes on the shirt.
No dry brushing, and look at that. Look at that double jointed elbow, like.
Yeah,
you guys see that what I'm talking about there?
Oh, yeah.
It's time to
wow.
It's time to put this one in the water with some cement blocks, because this is a bad looking figure. To be honest with you.
See, I was gonna say forget about it, but now that you're pointing some of this stuff out, I'm like, yeah, those arms look really weird. I actually did like his jacket better than if it was soft goods.
Yeah, that
would have just looked super cheap. This, I kind of like that it's molded to look all ratty and everything, but this is gonna have to have its special category. This is completely nuke it and wait, a couple 100 years for the fallout.
I think Forbidden Panel said it the best. Just took a candle, carved it right out.
Look, have you ever bought a Snickers bar and left it in your car in the heat?
I bought a Baby Ruth,
and you peel that wrapper, and it's just really melty. This is the figure that comes out.
There you go.
It's a blind box melted Snicker figure with a head sculpt that's kind of cool but oversized. Is a no-go, and this one will be at Ross 100%.
What we're able to say and everything, McFarlane Snickers bar Fallout character not working.
That's why we don't change the opening of this segment.
Yeah, we don't. I know he keeps reinforcing this, unfortunately, with a hat. So Snicker bar hat.
Actually, I'm gonna buy this figure and I'm gonna take a picture with it standing like that, and then a Snickers bar next to it.
Chet, I'm just telling you, if you pop the hat off of this thing and you threw it in a public pool, people would get out. They'd scream because they think threw it in the water. That's the only good use for this figure is to scare the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, he's never coming on the show.
No,
he's never. Especially he's rewinding that one every night.
No, but
screw those pixel plastic guys.
Look, he's been doing it a long time. He knows. We're telling the truth. Let's be honest.
Or here's a figure that's not a turd in the pool. We go over to the Ramondo Real Ghostbusters line, and the only thing that's scary about this, and we will put this down, we got to be cautious down here, and the be cautious is that with all things, this is coming out on October 31st. Why are we telling you this now? Because with all things Mondo, if you're not on that website, you're not ordering this early, you're not getting this. This thing is going to sell out pretty quickly, and it usually goes for a crap load of money on that. So make sure you set in this clock if you really do want this. But this one is, look, the real Ghostbusters line, whether you like the expensive price of Mondos, they're doing a really good job because, wow, that looks damn near close to the animated series version. And it just looks great. And the photography they've done is fantastic. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but they do say you've got from October 31st at 11 a.m. Central Time, and it ends Monday, November 3rd. I don't think it's going to, I think this is like 2-3 hours worth, and it's going to be sold out like they normally do. Mr. Maddox, your thoughts about San Ham?
I mean, this is a gorgeous piece of work. If you collect them, absolutely, it's a made figure for me. I'm not going to buy it, but yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Mr. Deadman Juan, what's your thoughts on it?
I think this thing is fucking adorable, and I do like adorable shit. I just tend not to buy adorable shit too often, but I get really excited about it, and I get super excited about the people that actually do buy it. So I think this is a made figure, not really for me, but it is cute as shit.
Yeah, it is right there. Dr. Brantley, your thoughts on the figure?
I think this is a made figure. It looks beautiful. I like how smooth it is. Like, you have a hard time looking at, finding the joints and everything, as opposed to some of these other figures where you see pins for miles.
Yeah, true.
I would buy this solely for the little dude with the headband.
Dude, he's the cutest one in the bunch for sure.
Yeah.
And flashback written all over it from Forbidden Battle. Definitely right on that.
So if anyone's buying this and they want some money towards it, I will pay money to buy that little headband dude.
Yeah. How about you, Rad? I know you collect Mondo figures, right?
I don't have any Mondo. Only Hot Toy stuff. Mondo's great, super expensive. I think I've just stuck to the 1/6 Hot Toys. It's a made figure for me. I wouldn't buy it. I think I don't buy a lot of colorful stuff, but if you're a Ghostbusters fan, or Halloween, or like, this is it, man. It's a cool set. Super pricey, but Mondo does it so well, man.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to hold up towards Hot Toys and look wise on the shelf, and then you don't want to go down to Hasbro's, like, their whole original real Ghostbusters, the retro. I know a lot of fans have been a little bit excited over these because they're just releasing all the Ghostbusters. I don't think Mondo has a lot in that line because there's not so much they could do with that show. So they're running out. There's only 4 Ghostbusters. And Janine, I just saw a photo of her at the New York Comic-Con that they had showed. So, they might be burning through this line. We've got a little bit of we got a leak out here, and the leak that's going through is that they've already dropped it on the shelf. Hasbro has spent this year saying they were not going to run a lot of their online shows or live streams. They were going to actually be doing a lot of drops at conventions. We saw that San Diego Comic-Con. We saw that New York Comic-Con. Now they're in London MCM, and they've already sit there now. A couple of weeks ago at New York Comic-Con, we saw the travesty that they did as a HasLab for Tron 375. And I think that didn't go over because I still think that's at Chet. You want to check the thing? I think is only less than I think like what, maybe 1,015 maybe at the most.
And I did see they sent out an email this morning saying, "Hey, we have all new pictures. Now you're gonna buy it, right?"
Yeah, they're begging.
I'm sorry. The Temu Tom Holland head sculpt over here ain't gonna cut it. What is that?
It's at 1,058, so it's going up about 3 backers every 10 days.
Okay, all right. So we know that's not going to make it. But now they dropped over there and say, well, hold on now. I know everyone else in the world is done with Tron, but we actually paid for this license, and Digi's got us over a barrel. So how about 6-inch Tron of Legacy? And I know they've teased some light cycles and everything else. I think this is what they call too little, too late. But hey, anybody excited for Tron other than our buddy Scott Solo?
At least these figures are only 15 years old. The other ones were 40 years too late. So they're getting closer.
I think they had a better chance with it being 40 years too late than this. I mean, you never know who's actually gonna hit the nostalgia, string. I still buy figures that I know that are fucking crap. I know they're crap, and I'll even pre-order them sometimes just because I have to have it, you know. But this is a fucking no goddamn way.
Yeah.
This is why they're not doing live streams, because they're not giving us anything anybody wants.
These figures are so shitty. You throw these in a public pool and people get out of the water too.
And they say, "Oh, I think somebody's got some problems," but you know,
it's I'm sorry.
This is one of those times where one of the informants goes to the FBI, and the FBI tells them go back to the syndicate. Nobody wants you. Your information you're giving out is not dead. So they are releasing some Black Series stuff, and they'll have
just so people can see a bigger picture of it.
Oh wait, I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is there any way you can make it any bigger?
We could try.
You don't look like any of the fucking actors.
No. That Jeff Bridges face looks so better than the movie. That CGI was terrible in Legacy. So hey, you know what? They keep trying. They got the third Tron film that they've got to come out with. So Ares will be coming 3 weeks now. Too late, but they'll be having those figures out for us as well. Please make it crappier. Don't worry, they listen to you from Bin Panel. They got something coming for you. This is look.
Just when you thought Hasbro couldn't make any peg warmers better than Eternals, they give you these.
Oh, this is going straight to the Ollie's discount center, and then Ollie's will reject it and say no, we don't. We can't.
Oh, we only buy toys.
Yeah, we can't keep this stuff in it. This is what they gave it to like Jeff Bridges. He's like, you could do better.
If you go to Dollar General, you could get a copy of Velocipaster and one of these figures.
All for $1.25.
Yeah, I can see Jeff Bridges like, yeah, this is great, man. Who's this supposed to be?
Yeah, exactly.
If Jeff Bridges was smart, he would just sell soft good versions to turn this into the dude. Just sell soft goods.
Oh yeah.
Now that's about the only good thing you can do out of this. You just take it. Reupholster it, do it something completely different, because what they did right here is not going to sell. So this is not going to. Yep. Mm-hmm. So from there, gentlemen, we move over to plastic news. That is right, plastic news on SKN, powered by Plastic News. Get all your toy and entertainment news over at plasticnews.com. Plastic I in the queue. We're gonna run. We got some earlier stuff. I put this in specifically for Dr. Brantley because I knew that this would probably be enticing him to buy something. But we love the popcorn buckets here. You love the popcorn buckets because we see all the content and everybody's cheering for it. But the 40th anniversary bucket, yes, the DeLorean popcorn bucket is back. For the Back to the Future 40th anniversary, 40 damn years, at AMC. AMC Theaters made it official that the DeLorean bucket and a new retro DeLorean tumbler cup are going to be fixed. And is priced at $40 for the DeLorean, $10 for the cup. That's not bad for the cup, actually. And I've seen this is an actual. They say it's a re-release, but they've also kind of made it look like the Back in the Future 2, because the first one, the wheels didn't go into the hover mode. So, but I'm sure that wasn't that much tooling around it. Dr. Brantley, I know this is gleaming your heart and everything. You're going to have a light up popcorn bucket at the house?
Well, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but as a popcorn bucket, it's got to be one of the stupidest ones I've ever seen where, you have to pull out a tray with popcorn in it that looks like maybe it can hold about 15 kernels.
I gotta tell you that Lord of the Rings one, I think it was the dumbest ass one. The one that was like a hammer that had like a 6.5 foot long handle to it. I don't know what you were doing in the theater with this one. Also, as a reminder, October 21st, I found this out, but I didn't know this. It's Back to the Future Day. So
I guess we missed that.
I guess we screwed that one up. So I was like, oh well. So if you get we go 88 miles per hour, we can go back to when this actual bucket was relevant. From there, also, too, if you got something you think is like cute and cuddly, and we've already had that tonight, but we thought we'd go in it. AMC Theaters got the Universal Monsters collectible combo, and you get like an actual popcorn bucket, and it comes with a mystery plush. But from there, it's like Universal Monster collectible combo comes with a bucket mystery plush, a small popcorn. Find them in theaters before they vanish. The AMC product or ABC product popcorn bucket characters Universal Monster release on October 2025. They're priced at $22, and the mystery plush. But most theaters let you choose. The actual plush is 8-inch, and it comes with a popcorn. This is cute. This is one of those things. I understand it.
This is way cooler than the Back to the Future one. Honestly.
Yeah. This is one. If you got kids, you can get them into Universal Monsters too, because it's so cute and cuddly. They won't actually know the actual different versions of them. But this is available at AMC, so they're still kind of running that through. We got a couple more months of the year. I'm waiting to see if they do like a Thanksgiving popcorn buck or something, like for that movie Thanksgiving. So I'm sure they're gonna try to cash in for something. They got a couple more months to go or something. Maybe the Santa Claus bucket. I'm sure they're gonna do a couple of things. So we'll be hitting you up for that. From there, we jump over to we've seen it before. A couple iterations of this. I thought the last movie I saw, we had Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. Didn't think it was a bad movie, actually. Michael Mann directed that too. And this one, I don't think he's going to be directing it, but is this a good or a safe casting? Because that's what we're starting to look at in Hollywood. Because I think Michael B. Jordan is doing a lot of films, but does he make a good Tubbs for our Miami Vice fans? What do you guys think?
I don't think so.
Who's Crockett? Did they announce that?
They haven't said it yet. They haven't said it yet.
I think it's all. I think it's only dependent on who Crockett is, because I think I like Michael B. Jordan a lot. Yeah, I know some of the films, whatever, but I think the chemistry on screen between these two is going to be really important. Yeah, I didn't think Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx had the chemistry needed for that Michael Mann remake that was made 15, 20 years ago. So we'll see who Crockett is. It better not be like the new Hollywood guys. Like what's the newest?
Ryan Gosling, I'm sure.
No,
but like that type. Like
it's Pedro Pascal, actually.
Don't say that out loud.
Forbidden Panel is saying that it's actually the guy from Twisters, which I know is Glenn Powell. Okay. He's also doing
he's
Chad
the
Powers.
New Ryan Gosling.
It's pretty funny, actually, and he's doing the Running Man.
Terrible choice.
Yeah,
terrible choice.
They kind of we'll see, because I don't think Glenn Powell has the star power of Michael B. Jordan, and let's be honest, it's more Crockett than Tubbs, and that's going to be because Michael B. Jordan's going to want to have a certain assertion, and you got to have a bigger star than that, because basically all about Crockett and Tubbs as a sub character.
But it is a remake, though. Maybe they're gonna
Tubbs is
instead of Crockett.
What they should do is set it in the 80s. Like, we don't want to see a rendition of Miami now and stories that like there's too many cop movies. Give us like 80s. Give us the whole set design, the car. That's what Miami Vice was about, was that era. It doesn't apply today. There's no need to call it Miami Vice if you're not going to take any of that stuff. So if you give us that, it's a good. They're probably not going to go that direction, but that's what we want.
Right? Today they just shoot drug boats out of the water from space. So
it's still relevant. It's still relevant. They just don't have fast enough boats like the 80s. That's the problem. It's something, but hey, look, we all know Phil Collins is waiting for that paycheck again. So, he's like, hey,
and Glenn Fry.
Yeah, keep doing it. From there, we'll go to plastic news for this article, but
I know Chet was super excited about this news this week.
We got our good friends over at Skybound, Robert Kirkman. He's now, from a source that we had, he was actually at San Diego Comic-Con, and when they asked him, hey, are you going to do anything with Energon Universe, he flat out said no. Yet we found out that he's been plotting something. Hasbro and Skybound Entertainment are gonna do an actual animated movie or animated show featuring the Energon universe, which is the Transformers and G.I. Joe, and also Mass. If you read the Transformers 25, you just saw Miles Mayhem show up in it. So this is one of the few things in entertainment that is there really a need for this? because I know they were trying to do this in the films, and God knows I don't think this is gonna work. But now animated wise, which is probably better than the films, but is the fandom really asking for this crossover? Is this something that we really need, guys?
I think we do. It's just I don't know about who's actually in charge of making it happen is the problem for me. But I'll let Chet talk. Like I'd like to see it. I just don't think it's gonna be done right.
I think that there's no middle ground on this. I think it's either widely successful or it tanks. I will say this. I do think the G.I. Joe Transformer, and I understand what they're doing with Mask.
Yeah.
I think it's clever how it's played out. I think that this this image right here is probably better than the show's going to be.
Yeah, I hope so.
But look, if it breathes life into Transformers again, because I think Transformers needs it, and I think that it needs to have the original feel of the cartoons from back in the day, and maybe they can. But here's the other thing too, and I could go on this forever, but it just depends on the animation style they're going to use as well. So,
true.
You know, they've tried to do Transformers multiple times, animated different ways, you know, and it didn't hit. I've read a few of these comics. They're good, right?
Yeah.
But man, it's just I don't see there being a middle ground. I'm with Rad. I want to see it. I want it to be successful. I like the idea that Energon is what Cobra uses, and that's why they have lasers and not real. Like, so I think that there's a lot of potential here. But yeah, man, I'm just worried that it's going to go the opposite way because I was never a fan of Walking Dead, and that thing got big. So yeah.
Dead Man, what do you think about it? We just saw one of your comments that it could be dope, but you know,
it could be dope. But I kind of agree with Chet on it's either going to be really good or really bad. It all depends on how they do it. There's ways to make this good, and there's so many ways to fuck it up.
Yep.
And when it comes to Transformers, like Chet's absolutely right. They need to breathe more life into that line if they want it to be successful. But I mean, right now they're just selling it to people my age. You know, you know, like they're selling it to people that are like in their mid to late 40s to early 50s because those are the people that want it, and those people are going to go away eventually. So they got to do something, and they're trying really hard. I just hope they do it well. They got to find a way to get younger people interested, and G.I. Joe has done that to an extent, but Transformers has not been able to get that.
Yeah, and they're going to have a problem if they don't do something with this, because after Transformers 1 failed, you know, and the last couple of movies haven't done great, so this is a dying franchise if they don't do something soon.
Okay, well, they got a great point on that. We will see with Robert Kirkman. I know Skybound is handling this.
I'm curious, Mr. Alexander Thunderous Storm. What are your thoughts on it, especially now since we've seen like a small little glimpse of like Matt Tracker being in it? What do you think?
Here's a couple of key things. I was watching earlier today because it was just, you know, hours when I'm working to have something on in the background. And at Transformers Prime, I think that's when they had the height of it, when they were on the Hasbro network. I can't remember. I think it was the Hub when they had it. That was a good series. And something surprised me today because I had to pay attention. This is Otley's doing the art on that. Yeah, on the issues. Yes. Something just hit me when I was watching it, and it was when they did the last season and they went to the Beast Hunters. And Optimus got a new form, and they brought in a truck, and I never heard it before because Agent Fowler, I just didn't pay attention, but he said, hey, we just got this from the Mass Division. And I just heard that crossover today. I was like, man, I totally glanced over. Like, I know they're trying to build the different sub-universes, and they're trying to do it in. They haven't done it where it's cohesively enough where people hear it and understand it. They're still trying to wrap their heads around how it all works. That's what Skybound hasn't delivered to everyone, is that, well, how does this work and how does this seem as seamless? Because we know in the old 80s shows, yeah, they did, Cobra Commander was in the episode of Transformers, and there were certain mentions, but it just doesn't seem resonant. If they can do that and make people believe that this whole entire Mask and Micronauts and Transformers and G.I. Joe all exist in the same universe, and I think also cops and robbers, because they had some with Larry Hama doing the work on that. If they can do this right and they can get it to the fans where they'll understand it like a shared universe, or not something they're trying to cram a shared universe, I think they got something. But it's going to be incredibly different. I picked up that Transformers 25, and I thought, while one half of the book had so-so artwork, the other half was really good, and it was just hard to kind of follow. They said it was a new story, new arc, and new everything else. It just didn't seem like it was cohesive. So
well, I think where you're at on that too. I think if it is played right, then it does build them a universe that hasn't existed before, in terms of like Cobra using Decepticons and Energons for their weapons, G.I. Joe using Autobots, and then Matt Tracker and Mask for their vehicles and their weapons. I think, and then Mask becoming like the upper echelon of G.I. Joe, where Mask is like the elite of G.I. Joe, is kind of like where you can kind of see them spinning that. If they pull that off, great. But with what Deadman said, like, this has to pull kids in. And if it doesn't pull kids in, then it's like, you got maybe 5 years left. That's it.
And I think that when we were coming up, the cars in the 80s were a little bit more distinct. Yeah. And I think now most of these cars, like, that was the biggest thing, is that a car turned into a robot. They didn't have to explain it. You saw it, you knew it, it was great. Now it's like, they see real robots walking around or delivering your DoorDash. It's kind of hard to get them involved and say, hey, this is exciting. So it's a hard task. Robert Kirkman, Josh Williamson, the guys over there, they've got a hard task to put this to the screen, man, because it is, like, you're right, it is a dying franchise. It might look like it's okay, but it is a dying franchise because the fandom is soon going to die. So.
And just to nail that one point that you made about cars being more distinct in the 80s than they are now, like, I live on an island. There's a lot of money here, and I seen a Bugatti, I seen a Ferrari, and I seen Lamborghinis, and they all look exactly the same now.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing distinct about them. It's all got the same sort of aerodynamics going on and all that shit. So you're absolutely right with that point. So they've got to work that problem out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's the end of plastic news, but that's not the end of us. We got some stuff over the weekend, and we are all going to be popping up at an event tomorrow that we're all excited about. And that is a opening of a Toys R Us, and this is going to be a big boy. It's 14,000 square feet, and it is going to be in Southern California. There is one up in Northern California. They are opening in the Bay Area as well. Not the same weekend, but they are. So Toys R Us is supposed to be rolling out 30 new locations, and they promise this is not the shit that you walked into Macy's and saw. And it's right next to the couches and everything else. They had just a giant Joffrey sitting right there. That's not Toys R Us. This is actually like Mr. Maddox, who was up in the greater northern area, Northern Exposure himself, and he walked into an actual real life breathing Canada Toys R Us. And I know you said that it was nice, but it still didn't have the original Toys R Us feel, Mr. Maddox.
Yeah, so there's a reason why I haven't put the video up, and it's because we're going to stitch. So we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be live streaming, kind of letting people see it as we go, and then we'll also be recording to do a video, and I wanted to stitch both of them together. Look, the one in Canada is great. It's you got to walk in. It felt like Toys R Us. Babies R Us was a big part of it, which I know was back in the day as well. And like, it's exciting. And then hopefully Dr. Brantley will be there with his name tag. So
yeah. Well, they'll probably kick him out for that, actually.
That's
I
fine.
think he still owes some money to Toys R Us, right?
Maybe.
I could just see federal officers walking in, just like, oh, I don't know this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna have flashbacks and be like, "You guys are not stocking these aisles right."
He just starts going in and changing things. Like, come on, man, GI Joe
Put
over
this
here.
up. Come on.
Yeah, like you do better.
Where's your RC department?
Well, a couple of key things to let you know. The grand opening is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here. For the ribbon cutting, 10 a.m. the store officially opens. It is in the Camarillo Premium Outlets here in Southern California. It is the grand opening celebration. They'll have Joffrey and throughout the day. They'll have some swag bags for the first 50 guests. The first 25 guests get these what's this, smooth mammals, yeah, plushes.
You're leaving out the best part. In the same complex is a Cracker Barrel, so get
your
breakfast,
breakfast,
get your breakfast, and then get your Toys R Us on.
Did they improve that Cracker Barrel
No,
logo? They switched it back.
In Oxnard, they left it. They did not do the renovation in that area.
They're going to have some face plating for the kiddies and some balloon twisting for the kids at heart from 10 to 5 p.m. And also you can explore the brand new arcade experience with claw machines and gachapon machines. If you've been in Japan, you know what gachapon is. So it's very big over there. And hopefully, like, we want to see this come back and flourish. Look, ordering toys on Amazon's great, but nothing's like walking in Toys R Us.
And by the way, too, I sent it to everyone in the group chat. But apparently Brea in California is getting ready to open a Toys R Us in their mall.
Oh, there you go.
That's cool.
Glad to see it. I know up in the Pacific Northwest, Dead Man, you're going to was it HorrorCon up there?
Yeah, I'm going to Washington State HorrorCon, but run by the same people that do the Washington State Toy Show. This is going to be bigger than the toy show. I have to drive to Puyallup, which is about an hour and 10 minutes from me. But it's going to be cool. My wife and I are thinking about maybe shelling out the $100 to get our photo taken with Elvira, but probably not. but it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. So is she.
That's still a discount, though, man. $100.
Hey, Queen of Darkness, better than shelling out $1,000.
She doesn't dress up anymore either.
Yeah, well.
So, and if I'm gonna have her sitting on my, if I'm gonna have her take a photo with me, not in Elvira gear, and pay $100, she's gonna have to be sitting on my lap.
Yeah. Well,
no.
Yeah,
Cassandra Peterson photo is not worth $100. An Elvira photo is.
It's worth, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Cassandra Peterson is still hot. She's old and she is still hot.
There you go. Mistress of the Darkness is the reason for that. From there, we're going to also be shutting it all in the same day. Now, actually, I'm going to let you know that Scully from Skeleton Collectibles will be meeting us up at Toys R Us as well. So it's going to be a hangout. We get to see some photos, go through, live a little nostalgia there, and then we can go down and like SCV Collectible shows that's in Santa Clarita. We're going to pop down to that. The best way I can explain it, if you've ever seen any of the videos out here of Frankenstein's, it's a smaller version of that, but it has vendors in it. I've seen they're going to do a soft opening this weekend. We'll see how this goes out, but that's going to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They got the hours from 10 to 6 on Saturday. So we'll be at Toys R Us. We're going to drop down to SCV, and we'll see how that is. And look, if you need something else to do in Southern California, you can head over to the City Walk, and Sideshow Collectibles has a Universal Monsters art and collectibles exhibit, and that's running through October 23rd through November 2nd. Sideshow puts out really great stuff, so this should be really something you can walk in and see some fine art and maybe some great statues. So if you're at that point, and they also say if you attend and everything, you can pre-order an incredible Sideshow premium format figure and prints there as well. So got extra incentive. You can actually see before you buy, which is good. The reason why we're going to Toys R Us, you want to see something before you purchase it. And that way, one of us is not buying the Batmobile and no one else is waiting to see how what it is before they buy it. So maybe that works. From there, too, we got our buddies out in Tennessee. That's right. Holler at them if you're out there and you go into the Titan Toy Expo. Our business partners and the people that we love dearly. Odd Frog will have the Bandito on display out there. Marcelo Uru Toys will be there with his awesome Night Wolf, and you can actually see Ace and Sprocket and all the other great stuff he's doing. Deadly Dioramas will be there as well. Our Patreon, Mr. David Vonner, is going to be out there, and it's going to be a good time if you actually look in there. They got Valiverse, they've got Spiral Toys. We can look at a little site map, but I'm gonna hit up here and let you know.
On that real quick, I was just going to say Deadly Dioramas is also going to have a few issues of Legion's magazine with him. He's gonna have a couple of only a couple of each, but he's gonna have issue 1 and 2 there.
Well, great, because we've seen that in person. It is a great magazine. You definitely do need to read it, and you can also order it on you can do it through legionsmagazine.com, and you can also order it through Big Bad Toy Store. So you got no excuse to actually order the magazine. But if you see Deadly and you got a couple of copies, hey, take it for him there. You can read it there. You don't have to wait till it gets in the mail. But this is October 25th through the 26th. It is at the Embassy Suites in the Hilton National Airport. I don't know if there's you still purchase tickets online. They say that, but also most events you can just walk in and pay. I don't know what the fees are, so check on there. But we've got some site maps that we can show you right here, and you can look and see all the fine vendors. Our friend Carlos with Rise of the Nexus will be there. And like I said, we know that Kickstarter didn't go through, but that is not the end of the line for that. And he's there. Savage Crucibles, a lot of great vendors, and they've actually more than one level or a housing area. So you got some I don't know about using the term star as well, but you have some people that's acted and been in movies that's there. And you got Brutal Realms, I think, on a floor all by themselves with Pop and Swag. So hey, if you're looking for independence, and we've told everyone that when you're going to these shows, these are the shows you want to go to. You want to go to the smaller shows. That way you interact with more of the creators. It's usually a more acceptable experience for you. And you never know, an idea that you might tell one of these toy makers, they may actually pivot from, because like Hasbro and Mattel, they actually do listen to the actual community and fandoms. But that's what we got rolling this weekend. Mr. Rad, back to you, sir.
Appreciate it as always. Lots of events this weekend and beyond. So hey, we narrowed down some bad horror films. Watch them if you dare. We had some good, amazing pre-order toys, and then we had some shitty ones, for lack of a better term. But we appreciate you all, as always, hanging out with us every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on SKN. If you haven't already subscribed or joined the Shadow Army, the Shadow Elite, we appreciate our members hanging out all the time. And if you're catching us live or on the replay, again, much love. Thanks for the support. Don't forget, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time is Toybox Chronicles for all your toys and collectibles news and info. And then once again, shout out to Dead Man Juan, Toy Mercs, hanging out again for a second week in a row, man. We appreciate you hanging. Anything you're working on, anything you want to share before we depart this Friday?
Well, issue 3 of Legions Magazine is up for pre-order right now on legionsmagazine.com. If you want to wait for it to get to Big Bad Toy Store, that would not bother us at all. They should have it up within sometime during the next week. Also, you can catch me with my wonderful co-hosts, Rad Toys Galaxy and also Digital Ronin on Toymerx Live on the Toymerx YouTube channel. Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. and we try and get done before you guys even start, but we don't but we tell everybody to come here and check out these guys, because these are my good friends. They run a great show. Their shit is tight. Do that.
Appreciate it.
I'm sure there's more and I forgot. I don't know.
All good. Well, you're as you know, you're welcome to join us anytime. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you next week.